Gordon talks about luck being at one point blinding. She talks about it being fatal, they can kill you. She does have Tommy describe Maggie as the body of luck, which I think is fair to say of all women.
He also calls her a slut, which is what luck is as well.
That's interesting. I would not say that of all.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm very careful about that. Yeah. So here's what I want to know, and it's not so much about the book. Here's what I want to know: do you believe in luck? Let me do that. Here's my Clint Eastwood impression. So, punk. Do you believe in luck? It's not a very good Clint Eastwood, is it?
Are you feeling lucky?
Are you feeling lucky today?
Yeah.
Good. Are you feeling lucky?
I believe in luck.
You do?
I do. I believe in luck, but I also understand the risk associated with believing in luck, which is something that I dare say the characters in the novel don't have a full understanding of. They seem to have staked their entire future on the risk associated with, going all in, and it hasn't paid off for a single character in the entire novel.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody has done all that well. Even if you look at, for example, is it Joe Dale?
Joe Dale Biggs, he's the head trainer.
Joe Dale Biggs. I mean, he's the person who is kind of, at least structurally, in the grand scheme of the track, probably one of the most successful individuals. Yet he's an awful, terrible person,
right.
Who nobody in the book would want to be.
No.
And so what's fascinating to me is, although they seem to all believe in luck, and I, as I do, they don't seem to have an understanding of, they don't have a healthy relationship with it.
They do not have a healthy, that is very true.
Yeah,
They do not have a healthy relationship with luck.
Right, if they were in, to juxtapose them with horse racing, if they went into a casino, they seem to be the kind of people who would blow their entire paycheck. On red, on a roulette wheel,
right.
or in the poker room. That to me, that's a fundamentally unhealthy relationship with the notion of, if I work toward this goal, I can achieve it in the following way. They're really putting themselves in a situation where it's unlikely that they'll ever succeed.
Which is how they end up at Indian Mound Downs in West Virginia.
But none of them seem to have any kind of overt recognition that the reason they are where they are doing what it is they're doing is because of the poor choices that they've made in the past that have brought them to this place where, for example, they're taking horses that look broken down and trying to win races and then scoot off to the next one. I was astonished when I found out how much the purse was for some of these races, because even in the 70s, that was not we're not talking about a boatload of money and an enormous amount of work.
Right, yeah. Jana, do you believe in luck?
I do, and I like the discussion of risk in Vegas, because I do feel like in this book it is an unhealthy relationship because it's a culture. Like, it's no longer about, because my view on luck is sort of, you at least put yourself in a position so that luck can find you. So I don't believe in just happen, but I feel like if you work hard and you're in the right place at the right time, there's an element of luck. And I feel like that's an important distinction for people. Otherwise, you just walk into situations and then blindly, luck, we'll get it. Which I feel like our characters experience.
Yeah. Christine, luck. Do you have it? Are you lucky?
I need another beer to really get into this.
Well,
I don't know. I believe in serendipity, which I don't know if it's the same, but I actually.
Difference. Why do you?
I don't know.
What's
Actually,
different between serendipity
I
and
think
luck?
that it's this idea of luck, that sometimes something good can happen that comes from somewhere else where you think this is beyond my control, and yet I've benefited from it, right? But I actually think that that the characters in the novel, especially maybe Medicine Ed, whom I'm partial to, actually understands luck better, because the way that you were talking about luck assumes that you can control it, and I think Medicine Ed knows the whole point is you can't, and if you actually think you can control luck, that's when you're seriously going to be in trouble. That those people who go into those gambling places and put it all down is because they know they could lose everything. They're actually more prepared for that than those of us who go in and say, I'm just going to spend $20 and then I'm going to be done. Like, they're actually fully embracing the idea of chance. That
Well,
means,
you know, it's interesting, because with Tommy and Maggie, essentially what they're doing when they come to Indian Grounds with their 4 or 5 horses is trying to control luck,
Right.
isn't it? They're trying to manipulate luck, and that doesn't play out so well
yeah,
for
yeah,
either one,
Right.
frankly.
you can't make it.
Can't make it.
But then the idea of holding on to it is the question, right? Like that Tommy tries to, whereas Medicine Ed is like, yeah, I'm gonna end up in the same place, I know it.
Yeah.
So what's so interesting though about Medicine Ed is he also seems to think that he can control it. But there's this cosmic balance associated with the control, that he can use his gopher powder, and he can somehow influence the race and take it out of the realm of luck, but that something bad will then happen to kind of balance that.
He knows there's a
That's-
consequence,
yeah.
that there's going to be,
Right.
he says that several times, where he's like, you can do this. You don't know what this may
Right,
be.
yeah,
Right,
yeah, it's a cost.
Yeah. And we see that cost. I mean, it is, I mean, there is, at the end of this book, I mean, it's